darkness and light do not mix. Don't let your own actions or what's in your heart condemn you all. The one who thinks they know it all really knows nothing. It's not about me, it's not about you, but it's always been about Christ. Hi everyone, praise and glory to the Most High God. I wanted to make a vlog video, everyone, in regards to, just learning to let loose, just laughter, guys. If you're someone and you may be a little bit on the religious side, or someone who's still within a religious mindset, I'm just warning you in advance, just very well possible you may not really like it. I'm speaking from experience. I was like one of those people who was really uptight. I was very serious all the time, and I wasn't always like that. Just years of going through a lot of things that made me into being, so serious, to where I was uptight. I didn't know how to joke. I didn't really know how to have fun, And I know we all have our different levels of fun, what we consider to be fun, what we may consider to be funny. Now, certain things, like, depending on what it is, some things aren't really funny, like, guys, like, for example, like laughing at something that's demonic. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That was something that I did, and I used to struggle with that in the past. Like, when something could have happened that wasn't really that good or wasn't that godly, for an example, like someone being talked about or something, it was like a natural reaction to want to laugh. And as you know, that is demonic, guys. There's like a godly humor and an ungodly type humor. Sometimes when you have the religious mindset, you may not even look at God as having a sense of humor. And I spoke of my experiences, guys. When I had that religious mindset towards God, I looked at him as this serious dictator. And if he laughed, he only laughed at a lot of stuff that was bad, like how somebody got destroyed, guys. When I said that in my vlog video about God, that's a religious view, because God, he has personality. He has a sense of humor, everyone. He does not want us to be uptight. He do want his people to have fun. He wants his people to respect him, and when it's time to obey, you obey. But within the process, that don't mean that you can't have fun. It's a time for everything, guys. When you read the book of Ecclesiastes, it's a time for things. It's a time to get serious and down to business. It's a time to laugh and have your little fun and things. I was one of those people who, like, in the very first vlog video I made, I spoke of how, I was always one of those people. I didn't want to mix business with pleasure, because I would come across people who would do that. They would have, mixed business and pleasure, and it never went right. So I was always one of those people. I wanted to keep things on the business side, and I looked at following Christ when I'm on YouTube as more so a business type thing. So, of course I took it serious. I came off as being serious, and really being in Christ, and him softening my heart in areas, guys, and renewing my mind and things, being able to just see how it's okay to laugh sometimes, guys. Sometimes, when you are following Christ, you can turn some people off because you are so uptight, because you are so serious. Now, if that's just your personal method, then, I'm not judging anyone. I'm just speaking from experience, because I know that's not how I really am. Being in the world, undergoing a lot of pain, hurt, rejection, stuff, it made me into that, guys. And I spoke of how I did, like, have a humorous side, but you would have never known, because, on camera, I keep it, strictly business, because the work of Christ was business to me, But it's okay to have, a little fun, guys, and being able to laugh and things. When you go to Proverbs 17, verse 22, it says, a joyful heart is a good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. It is like good medicine, guys. Being able to get a good laugh, it is like laughing. Laughing is like a form of good medicine. Of course, Christ, guys. But being able to just laugh about a few things, every now and then. I don't know. Like, I guess depending on when that time may come, I'm pretty sure later on, eventually, within ministry, doing something. I see myself just doing some crazy stuff. Nothing too extreme, but I'm just speaking in general. There are some things that I wanted to vlog about since last week, and I just kind of held off because I didn't really think it was really worth vlogging for at the time. But, in this video, I'm just going to be jumping around to some things, everyone. So, yeah, laughing, being mindful of paying attention. Now, I believe I talked about this in the past, guys. When it comes to technology, you don't want technology to become an idol. I'm starting to see, just how powerful technology really is, and how it can really put people within, like, a trance, guys. And I want to talk about an experience sometime last week. Now, this is when I was in Walmart, and my mother and I, we did some shopping. And I was in Walmart, And what happened was, I normally push the basket and stuff. And I was on the phone. Well, not talking, but I was texting. And in the process of texting, my mother, she went off somewhere. And I thought she was coming back. Come to find out she wasn't coming back. So I went to go find her. I had the basket with me. And I eventually found her. And she looked at me. And she said, Lexi, what are you doing with the basket? And I looked at her like, what are you talking about? I'm pushing the basket. Come to find out, I ended up taking somebody else's basket, and I didn't know because I was too busy on that phone. Now, I talked about a warning dream, guys, in the past I uploaded, and how in that dream I wasn't paying attention, and that's how I ended up on those train tracks in that dream. And just really seeing that manifest and the importance of why we really need to pay attention. Now, for the most part, I'm very alert, guys, when it comes to, I am alert. I really am when we're out at public and things and stuff. But that one particular time I was text messaging and I ended up stealing somebody's basket. And I tried to return it back to the person, but when I went back to the aisle, assuming I was even in the right aisle, I couldn't find that person. I can only imagine that I made someone mad because that basket was full of a lot of stuff. You'll probably say, Alexis, well, you should have looked at the basket. Well, it's my basket, so I figure what I need to look in the basket for if it's stuff filled with stuff that I knew that I already, that I put in there. I didn't have a need to look. Well, I never saw, I don't know whose basket that was. And when I put it back, I didn't even find the person. And that's assuming I put the basket back in the right aisle. The point being, everyone, please pay attention. Don't take no one's basket. Don't get so caught up in technology, guys, to where you can't even fully function. You not only mess yourself up, but you potentially mess someone else up, guys. For example, people who like to text and drive, you put yourself at risk, you put others at risk, guys. And God forbid, if you in a car crash, who you think is going to be held accountable? Things of that nature. Just speaking in general. So, yeah, it was an experience, guys, but just really learn to pay attention. Very awkward and embarrassing for me, but it was actually, to me, it was funny. It was a little funny. But I have a tendency, guys, to be a little klutzy sometimes. You know how as you're walking, you may have a tendency to trip over things or you bump into stuff. Just have my little moments. Think I don't even know where I'm getting at with that, guys, because as I say, I'm jumping around from things from laughing to paying attention, back to laughing. It's okay to be able to laugh about some things. I know we have different methods of how we may, what may be funny to us. Sometimes someone being so serious could be funny, guys, if that makes sense. And it makes complete sense. Like, I could have came across someone who was so bold in their speech to where I found that to be funny. I was watching Sister India yesterday and some of her older videos and some things that she said, and sister, you cracked me up. Now, she didn't say anything wrong or anything, but it was the boldness. I thought I was bold in some areas. No, sister got me beat. More power to you, sister. It's okay to be funny. It's okay to laugh, guys. You don't want to be so uptight. You don't want to. It's a balance for everything, guys. Just learning to balance when to laugh or not to, when to take things serious, things of that nature. I didn't even know at one point, as I said in that other vlog video about my former religious views, how God had a sense of humor. I didn't even know that He had a sense of humor. Like really starting off following Him, I was curious about God. Just curious about a lot of the things of God. I would just ask certain questions like, does God wear clothes and stuff? Because I didn't know what the word said about it. I ended up getting my answer after reading the word and stuff. I seen that, just asking Him like little silly things like that. I know not to over test my limits when it comes to, I have my limits with certain things that I may ask God. I don't like to, I still treat Him with respect, but I also know He does have a funny bone too, everyone. God, He wants us to fear Him in the area of having respect for Him, but He don't want us to have that unhealthy fear to where we're afraid to open up and back away and even have a relationship with Him, guys. It's nice to be able to joke sometimes. I'm the I don't know, when I'm not trying to crack a joke, I end up being funny, and then when I'm actually trying, come to find out I'm really not all that funny. So I don't even really try no more. If it just come out, it just come out though. But hopefully, I don't know. I'm gonna pray about it. I really do pray, like somewhere in the near future, the way how the Lord may use me in doing things, it'll be more in a funny way, serious but funny at the same time, to crack a few jokes, guys. The point being, just have a little laugh, laugh it up, guys. And stay obedient to Christ. It's okay to smile. You don't have to walk around with your head held down. Sometimes we have that mindset of just feeling defeated and stuff. Well, if God is for you, your enemies can't be against you. Romans 8:31. Everyone things. So when you have Christ, our joy is in the King. Because of that, we have a reason to be joyous. We have a reason to laugh and stuff, guys. Even in the midst of need to endure temptation, it makes us strong. Things of that nature. So just learn to laugh, folks. It's okay to laugh. Be mindful not to get that mixed up with that demonic type laughter, guys. Again, I told you I used to laugh at things that wasn't so funny. You know, I recall a time I laughed. I There's this article I came across how this individual dressed up as a tree and he planted himself in the street. He literally dressed up as a tree. Think I forgot the type of tree, but some type of pine tree maybe or something. The cops ended up arresting him, guys. You should have saw the look on his face though. But I used to laugh at stuff like that because he could have hurt himself. He could have got hit out there, guys, being in the streets. So you know, I'm just saying where I'm getting with that, guys. Just laugh. It's okay to hee ha ha. Just knowing our limits when that time comes for it. But yeah, Team Goofball, everyone. It's okay to be a part of Team Goofball sometimes. So you all be blessed. Much love. Take care.